Hello, my treasures. It's time to jam out with Heart Hunter. Essentially, the game plan of this deck is we're going to be running a very low minion count so we can get Mysterious Egg almost guaranteed off of Bird Watching. Then get additional copies of King Plush, where we can then use a Stranglethorn Heart in order to OTK our opponent. And if that isn't enough, we do have the tide pools to reset that combo, or even a Sasquatch to do very similar. We also are going to be basically using all of the banana package within this list just because it is a way to easily guarantee the King Plush off of a jungle jammer. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the deck, most important card to keep is going to be Bird Watching. Bird Watching will allow you to get into the mysterious eggs really quickly. Outside of this, you're going to be looking for any other early game draw power cards or any cards that will generate you some early game minions to stall out your opponent. And if the matchup is going to be something that is a little bit slower, Jungle Jammer is great to keep too. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Warrior. Warrior, you know what? I've actually had quite a few good games, but I haven't really had any good game or like really good games with this deck yet. Like, I haven't been able to show off the possibility of this list that I've really been wanting to try out, which is the tide pools. The reason why the tide pools are in the deck with the additional heart. And technically, this is one of the matchups where this could actually matter quite a bit. I'm assuming it's going to be Odin Warrior, given that. To be fair, we won't have an easy way to deal with it right away, so... Well, I mean, technically one of the 3 ones could deal with it. There's... I think we're just clearing out the minions. I don't want to risk having another Quillbork to deal with. Anything good here? Oh, Mysterious Egg. Mysterious Egg is actually just the choice 99% of the time. Okay, so only one more spell left in for that tide pool, but we'll see how it goes for us. We can't well, I mean, we could deal with the 2/6, but I think we'll attack into it with the 3/1 just to do it. And then it does, in theory, get destroyed by a Blade Storm. Also worth mentioning, I tested out so many different warrior lists this past week. And boy, oh boy, none of them felt really that fun to do. There was an idea that I was playing around with, which was using Voon as a way to duplicate the minion that they have on board, and then using Rye Cleaver to summon an entire board full of them, plus the Quillbork, in order to like OTK with Odin. That may or may not still happen in the nearby future. I think it is a neat idea. Combining those two ideas together, it's just missing something, and I don't know what it is, to be fair. Alright, let's buff this up, just to do it. Oh, all you can eat. Interesting. I'm curious why that they're playing that card in this list. I see the potential, but I don't know. Like that deck was like the one that had the most potential out of all the lists that I was trying out. The other list that I was like, man, this could in theory be actually pretty decent is I was trying to do something again with Voon where we're trying to get as many copies of Dredge Corsair and hopefully like maybe hit it with a Black Rock and Roll in order to have each copy do 12 damage instead. Because fun fact, Rye Cleaver does keep the stats and changes any copy of Dread Corsair you had that started in the deck to count to as not starting in your deck. So, you know, that's kind of funny. Okay, let's, I guess, buff this up as much as possible. Slam these both in. We should be fine. Just need some plushes. We basically need to be able to do enough damage before they slam down Odin. As long as they don't have Odin, we should be fine. Okay, so they did have the Marin, which isn't Odin, which is good. I don't know, maybe that is an idea that we will revisit in the future. I still haven't done anything with Warrior since the mini set came out. To be fair, it feels like any deck that I like sit on for like a few months and then come back to the idea seem to do better, or at least like the ones that I just try to rush together like the night before we start recording for like stream and then the full length video. All right, let's just slam these down. There actually, you know what? Huffer would have probably been better there because we would have gotten additional Huffer. Now that I'm thinking about it, but oh well. Okay, Brawl. Oh, of course the egg survives. Why? Out of all of it. Alright. Let's just do this, I guess. Trying to get some cards out of our hand and then just go face. Okay, safety goggles. I'm assuming they have a sanitize. Oh, I mean, they could still, right? Okay, aftershocks doesn't. I mean, it does get rid of the hopper, which kind of sucks. Come on, nothing big. Come on, nothing big. Not technically big, but not technically small. That honestly probably is one of our best chances of living here. I think we pop this. Oh, great. Another plush. Oh, actually, you know what? This is pretty good for us. Because we can get rid of one of the minions and then just go face. And if they destroy the plush here, they probably will with the PUD. We can use Strangleheart, and then that gives us what? 3 plushes, which is actually pretty good. Or we could actually use the 2 Sasquatch and then have 4 that way. Actually, honestly speaking, it probably would be better to just do the... I don't actually know which one would be better in the long run there. That's an interesting question. I mean, that could have been a lot worse, but, you know, at least it's not Wind Fury. As long as it's not Wind Fury, we might be able to still win this game. Alright, 2 there. Get another 2. Also, the tide pool is really, really nice here. Because tide pool does allow... Now, the question... Yeah, do we... I kind of just want to trade, which is kind of a mistake, but, like... I think trying to minimize the amount of damage that we're going to be taking with our hero is probably the best idea. And honestly, might as well just ram in to see... Oh, you know what? Sure. Well, I mean, good news, they destroyed all our minions. Bad news, they destroyed all of our minions. Good news, we have Strangleheart. And also good news, we have Tide Pool, which is actually pretty nice. Okay, new heights. All that armor gain is going to be so annoying to deal with. But to be fair, we do have, in theory, 2 uses of heart, which is actually pretty decent. Okay, how lucky are we getting here? Oh, you know what? 4 or 5. I can't count, I guess. 5's not bad. Now, do we hear... Oh! Oh, no. We needed one more spell for the tide pool to be online. Hopefully that does not cost me the game. Please say that's not going to cost me the game. Out of all the things it could be, please don't be that little mistake. There's been so many games recently where it's just been one little teeny tiny mistake, and then I've just had, I don't know, maybe it's showing my lack of skills when it comes to playing Hearthstone from time to time. But, you know. Yeah. Oh! Okay, at least they screwed up. That's good. That's good for us. Come on, Brawl. Keep one of the crushes alive. Please, 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 please. Okay, well, that's a little bit of a problem because we don't have an easy way to deal with it. Yeah, I mean, we should be alive for a turn, I think. I don't think it matters the order we do this in. I think flooding the board actually might be the correct play here. The good news is that second Strangleheart might actually win us the game. The bad news is it might not be enough because we have to somehow deal with all the 6/5s. And we don't really have an easy way to do that. And there's Odin, so we're on a clock. Okay, so there's shield block. Please tell me that isn't any type of armor gain. Oh, you know what? That isn't necessarily a bad thing here. And yeah, they heal for full. Get rid of all minions. How lucky are we getting? 5 again. I'm curious if... Huh. Interesting. Either we've gotten the same amount of luck both times, or it is like hard-coded to count each individual one once. Because technically it's the same thing being revived. I'm going to go with Ice Trap here. Maybe we can like force them to use a Sanitize and then it gets bounced back to their hand. But to be fair, like if that happens, like I don't know if that is enough. Okay, there's Garrosh's gift, which kind of sucks that that's what they got. The thing that would make us live here, no matter what, would be top deck. There's three top decks that would do it. Bird watching would be great. Like bird watching would just win us the game because we can get Sasquatch off of it. Sasquatch would be really good too. I'll take like legitimately either either of them. Okay. Wait. Come on, give us enough bodies, please. We got unlucky. So it isn't hard-coded. That's interesting to know. Okay, let's just hope, fingers crossed, they don't have any more AoE. I don't think they have any more AoE because have they placed it one of the cards that they got an infinite amount of copies of? Oh, right. The Golden Cobalt. I forgot about that. I think that might be GG for them. Unless they have an answer in hand for 8 mana. What 8 mana legendary would do it? Ethereum would actually be pretty annoying here. Okay, buttons doesn't do anything. They don't... I was just complaining that we don't have any, like, spectacular games, and this is, like... We're not monkeying around. This deck is great. Or this game is great, I should say. Okay, that's 16. Probably would make more sense to... it doesn't really matter. It's only 8, so we wouldn't have... Let's just BM them a little bit. Put all the bananas down, because it turns out these parrots like some bananas. Okay, Deathrattle Gaming against Druid. Let's see what they have in store for us. Okay, this is a slower matchup, so keeping Jungle Jammer could actually make sense here. But I don't think we're going to do it. It just... I don't know. There are games where I've tried to keep it before, and it kind of lost me the game, which is why I'm a little bit hesitant on it. Tidepool is also one of those cards that maybe might not be the best card to include in the list, but I don't know. It does hurt with the consistency factor of drawing on egg out of birdwatching, but I still like the added benefit of being a little bit more flexible with how we're reviving all of our King Plushes. You don't have to rely too much on the egg. It gives a little bit of additional flexibility. But to be fair, Sasquatch in this list does almost the exact same thing, except this one costs 2 instead of 3. And technically speaking, Tidepool plus Heart would be a 10 mana combo instead of a 3 mana combo. But to be fair, you also have to have Sasquatch in your hand for the follow-up turn. You know, and it also does add another big beast to be a little bit anti-synergistic with your combo in the long run, I should say. Okay, there's Oaken Summons. Times like this, I really wish we kept that Jungle Jammer in hand. We're going to probably have to let them sit on that for a few turns, aren't we? Like, I legitimately don't see a way we can easily deal with it. Ice Trap should be, in theory, good. Freezing Trap could be bad, or... I don't know if... I kind of want to go with Freezing Trap. Alright, let's slam this down, grab the Titan Force Traps, since it is the best option. Then just go face, I guess. Okay. I'm assuming this is probably a Highlander variant of the list. which in theory could actually be a bad matchup for us, just because if we don't time our plushes well enough, it could actually cost us the game, but hopefully it won't. Okay, hidden meaning is always good, and might as well go for our ice traps so they can't ramp up. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's just really good for us right now. All right, let's just go face. We can't destroy their minions, so I'm not even going to try it. Oh, this could be bad. Oh, well, actually, you know what? If we can get the egg down quick enough and we can force them to hit into the egg, we could bounce everything back, which would be actually pretty funny. Okay, there's new heights, preventing them from getting any ramp here, which is actually pretty good. Getting another minion. Okay. I would have preferred that to not hit face, but that's fine. Okay, let's get rid of the 1/1s here, so we don't have to worry about it, and then put up a little bit more of a wall just in case. I would love something to buff up our egg here, but I'm not gonna beg for it, to be fair. Okay. Come on, don't get anything big. I'm assuming this is the Dungar list that floats around, to be fair. Oh! I mean, that isn't the best for a buff, as long as one of... Oh, perfect, actually. I don't really care about... Yeah, we need to make sure we don't exit... Oh, perfect, actually. That's actually absolutely perfect. Oh, that's so good. All right, let's just buff that up to be a little bit more safe. It puts out of range of a swipe, technically. Oh, I mean, I was right. It is Dungar, but you know what's the funny thing about this? We don't care if they have all those minions. We'll just plush it away. First, we have to attack with the 1/1. That is actually kind of guaranteed here. We have to attack with it first. Okay. Let's buff this one minion so we can actually hit with it. Oh, perfect. Bounce all those back. Might as well use one of the bananas. I know we kind of need it for the jungle jammer, but we should still be fine. Okay, innovate. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We literally just shuffled that into the deck. Oh, well, I mean, it does destroy... It does destroy it, which is good. I guess we just repeat. I don't know what else we can do here besides that. All right, let's use this. I almost want to hit bargain bin, but like Hinamini is probably the better option. I guess it's either ice trap or bargain bin. I'm gonna go with bargain bin just because in theory it could get us both a weapon and heart, and that could just win us the game, depending on like how we got. Okay, bird watching technically isn't what I needed to see. Okay, get rid of both of the minions. That's fine. I would have really preferred. Also, sorry, toggle got kept on. Come on, top deck for the... Oh, exactly that. Let's go. Let's charge into our opponent's face a little bit. Bye-bye. All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So I played 20 games with the deck, ended up with a 60% win rate, which was actually around where I expected this list to be. Turns out King Plush getting multiple copies of this is incredibly powerful, even against Big Spell Mage, where you can easily shuffle all of the minions back into your opponent's deck so you don't have to take that face damage the next turn. And summoning down a Stranglethorn Heart is an easy way to OTK that list pretty easily if you do have a bunch of King Plushes that you are going to be reviving. Overall, though, if you're a real big fan of Hunter, this is a great one for y'all to try out, at least until we see whatever Blizzard is going to do with the next set. Now, with that all being said, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.